Happy Tuesday and welcome to Ozarks Live. I'm Blake.
And I'm Cammie.
All right, so we are going to review another episode of The Amazing Race, which, okay, I have to say, all right, for a while I was kind of being hard on both Amazing Race and Survivor this season, but Amazing Race specifically is really growing on me.
Is it?
I really
feel
like
like they
this
kind of
cast.
went Survivor on us this time. There was like one of the challenges kind of just reminded me of Survivor.
Yeah, no, I agree. But,
it's almost as if they had like the same creators or something.
right, like it's like at the same network. Yeah, I know, it's interesting how that works, huh? Okay, so this episode, something kind of unexpected happens, right? So Phil calls Abby and Will, the childhood sweethearts, and lets them know that because they tested positive for COVID, they're no longer in the race.
Yes.
And it was interesting because then there was kind of some different results from this. So Phil says that because they're knocked out due to COVID, no team will be eliminated from this leg. But there's a catch that the last team to arrive to the pit stop will start 45 minutes behind the first team of the next leg.
Is really far.
Yeah, which is,
that's
I mean,
gonna put them way behind.
Right, I mean, that could be a whole challenge that someone finishes.
I mean,
but
you know, that's kind of fair because they should have gotten kicked off because this, you know, shouldn't have happened.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah, and I will
how it
say,
would have turned out otherwise.
yeah, I will say I was really sad they went home. I did get the chance to speak with them, so we'll have more on that later in the show. But they're just really good people, and I hope they return to the race.
Now, were they
point,
really
so.
sick prior to this, or what? Wasn't only one of them showing symptoms?
Yeah, so there's more in the interview later, but Will was the one that ended up testing positive. But from the talk of it, I think that he was just more so asymptomatic. But anyway, this episode. So we have the detour, so it's step by step or letter by letter. So I really enjoyed this part of the episode. So the step by step ended up being like a dancing challenge.
Wedding dance.
Yeah, like a traditional like Arabian wedding dance. And it was really, it was funny to watch because a lot of the couples, well, I guess not a lot, but the couples that chose to do the dance, most of them actually did a pretty good job with it.
Yeah, well, I think you'd only choose that if you kind of were a little bit coordinated, you know?
Yeah, and I will say one of my favorite parts was the ballroom dancers. She was like, normally stuff's really easy, but like we cannot translate what we normally do to this dance, so it's like a lot harder.
It's different,
yes.
But I mean, they can keep on beat. They know how to move their legs fast, you know?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It kind of does translate, even if it doesn't, you know? That's my opinion.
Right,
anyway.
now the other half of it was, I believe it was called letter by letter, and they essentially had to learn different letters from the Arabian alphabet, and that would be really hard.
Were there 26 letters, I want to say?
I can't say for certain.
Or 28, maybe. I think there were 28 because one of the teams decided that one person would do 14 and the other
which was actually
14,
a really smart way to do it.
And it really got them through it faster.
Yeah, but
But
it's
then
still
all the pressure was on me to remember all 14.
I know, yeah.
It's like a brand new alphabet. I mean,
right. Well, and I loved how each team was like sharing their different like struggles with learning other languages. Like the twins, actually, they grew up in Jewish families, so they were like, it's kind of similar to our Jewish background, so it wasn't that tough.
Yeah.
But then like Derek shared that he really struggled with his R's, like rolling his R's when he took Spanish class. So he was like, I can't really roll my R's with this either. So they really struggled, which was interesting. Now, then we get to the who's feeling broken carded roadblock. Is this the one that kind of reminded you of Survivor where they had to like build the
yes,
crate?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I agree. And it was funny because there was a lot of like correlation that people were alluding to between this and the Ducati challenge. Because there was like building involved and a lot of the people that did that one ended up doing this one. And I don't...
It's like once they're good at one kind of task, they kind of pick that type again.
Yeah, and I believe it's Emily, one of the twins. She like has just proven herself over and over again in this game. I mean, she is really good at some of these things.
As a team as well, but Emily definitely by herself even.
A lot of strengths there for sure. Now, something kind of exciting, okay, so Louis and Michelle, who kind of were right in middle of the pack most of the start of the game, they got to the pit stop first again, so that's the second leg in a row that they've won. And then you Glenda and Lumumba, they were the last to arrive. And here's the thing, okay? I really, really like them, especially after watching this episode. Like, they just have such a good relationship.
Newlyweds, right?
Newlyweds, yeah. They weren't together, like, super long before that. They've reiterated that after the race, their goal is maybe to, like, start a family. But it's just funny because they really have been struggling, and I hate it for them because they're so positive.
Yeah.
They're very supportive of each other, which I really like. Like, when one gets negative, the other one kind of uplifts them.
They're still in the honeymoon phase.
They're still in the honeymoon phase, I know. But they are going to be the team that's going to have to start 45 minutes behind. So,
and they're already struggling. So is your prediction for tomorrow night, is it that they're going to get eliminated?
I don't know. here's what I'll say. I wouldn't be shocked if they did, but I kind of hope that's not the outcome. I hope we see them ride it out a little longer, just because I really like them as a pair. And I think they're such a good addition to the season.
Yeah,
So
they
I'm
really
really
are.
proud of them.
Just their attitudes.
Yeah,
it's
so
good.
tomorrow night they're traveling to France. So I'm kind of excited to see what's going on there. And of course, the episode will air right here on CBS at 8 o'clock, new time this week, because
Yes.
The Real Love Boat is dumped. New time, 8 p.m. Or of course, you can watch that anytime on Paramount Plus. So check it out.